Don't leave me hanging. It's go time.
Hey everybody, this is Josh, and here we have Game 3 in a best-of-3 series. It is the 3rd and 4th place match for the Kaspersky StarCraft 2 New Year's Invitational. Down in the bottom left of Xel'Naga Caverns, we have LiquidRet, the Dutchman living in South Korea, playing StarCraft 2 full-time. He's living his dream. LiquidRet, down there in the bottom left. Up in the top right, we have his friend and sort of teammates. I don't know if they're actually considered teammates, Liquid and oGS, but they at least live in the same house and play together all day long, so I'll just call them teammates. It is oGsZenio, a Code S player in the GSL. Rhett himself is only a Code A player, and he showed some really good games already in this best-of-3 series for 3rd and 4th place. 3rd place, of course, is going to receive $200, and 4th place will receive $100, so we'll see who is able to double their money and win this game. Looks like Zenio is having some sort of error message. They are playing this game on the North American server. He probably got something like build more overlords and didn't know what the error message was, so he's asking Rhett, but Rhett is a little more concerned that he needs to be. It looks like they're just going to play this game out. Zenio is just asking probably what does that mean. He doesn't understand the English error message, but Game 3, here we go. Need more overlords, Rhett suggests, but looks like nothing's happening yet. Just drones. I was really looking for a spawning pool or hatch, but both of these players are very, very macro-oriented, it seems, in their ZVZ. And Rhett is going to be the first one to build a hatchery. Over at his natural, Zenio is going to be just a second behind. Actually, according to the game clock, about 7 seconds behind, but game clock is a bit faster than we usually think about, but spawning pool coming down for Zenio and Rhett basically at the same time yet again. Nothing too crazy going on, still drones. Both of these players very, very good. Both of these players trying to do the best they can in the GSL season here in 2011. Rhett unfortunately lost at the hands of another Zerg player, another Korean Zerg player. I'm not sure how Zenio did actually, but yeah, I don't really consider that spoilers since, you know, it's just Code A, and the only prize for doing well in Code A is potentially moving up to Code S and potentially beating lots and lots of other good South Korean players for a chance at some money. But yeah, both of these players are pretty well known over in South Korea at this point for their excellent Zerg play. Zenio actually got to the semifinals, I believe, of GSL 2 by beating Idra and using some crazy overseer tactics to lock down his lair for a very long time on Delta Quadrant, and then he actually got to play against the eventual winner of GSL 2, and that was Zergbong or Nesty, and Nesty went on through Zenio to win the entire thing against Marine King Prime. That's just a quick history lesson. Anyway, we finally have some action happening here. Looks like Zenio is going to be the first one to run across the map with a couple of lings and sort of see what LiquidRet is up to. Looks like Rhett might be going for a bit more of an economy, getting a spine crawler up quickly as defense rather than sinking a lot of money into lings and things. He's only got 4 lings building. Both players are getting Zergling speed at around the same time. The spine crawler is not done yet, but a queen is better than a spine crawler in that it is mobile. Well, spine crawlers are mobile too, but you know what I mean. Especially on the creep here. Really good at defending mineral lines against those first couple of lings. And now Rhett is going to come back with an answer of his own. He's got 4 lings running through the middle of the map. Of course, Zenio is going to see everything with these well-placed overlords. He's got a queen of his own ready to go, a couple of lings as well, able to block that ramp and keep those 4 lings from coming inside the main. And Zergling Speed is probably going to finish. Actually, it looks like it's going to finish for Zenio first, but they're both going to pop at around the exact same moment. So Rhett just wants to get in there and get an eye on things. He's going to see this Baneling Nest and not much else. Probably going to assume that Zergling Speed is going to be finishing soon, just like his own, just because their techs are very sort of similar here. Zenio doing a bit of a counterattack now, though, with a lot of lings. This Zergling Speed is going to finish en route. He's got a dozen lings here on the way to Rhett's main. He's got that Spinecrawler up already, though, and he was building a Roach Warren rather than a Baneling Nest. Zenio learning his lesson a little bit, building his Banelings a bit farther back this time, where Rhett can't just run over a few feet and kill them off while they're still morphing. Looks like Zenio tried to lure these lings into a trap, but the Banelings are going to finish and get some health back and then explode and kill Retzlings, but Zenio has a very sizable force here. All Ret has is a couple of Queens, Spinecrawler, and 2 Roaches. The Roaches are going to move way out in front, try and soak those Baneling shots. Zenio's a bit better than that, though. He's just going to micro right past those. And actually, all those Banelings are going to die to these Roaches that are sort of hidden under these Overlords. So Zenio not doing near as much damage as he needed to with those Banelings. Ret is still in really good shape. Didn't really lose much of anything there. Now he's going to... Ooh, Zenio's running in the side, getting a couple of free drone kills and running the hell out of there as quickly as he can. These Roaches move in again to sort of absorb these Baneling shots. It looks like Ret is going to continue to just build Roaches. He learned a lesson a little bit from the first game. Reinforcing with too many Lings can be costly. Roaches, not so bad on Xel'Naga Caverns. The distance is long, but it's not incredibly long, so reinforcing with Speedlings is not super duper essential if he can get his Roach numbers up high enough. And here we see he's building 7 drones right now. Zenio back in his main, building a Roach Warren again after the Baneling Nest. So that's 3 games in a row we've seen Zenio go Zergling Speed, Baneling Nest, and then Roach Warren to try and keep up with Ret. Ret, all 3 games, has skipped the Baneling Nest, gone straight for those Roaches. It worked out for him once, didn't work out for him another time. Zenio is getting the Evolution Chamber before Ret. Ret actually very quickly getting an Evolution Chamber of his own this time, though. In the first game, Zenio may have... gained an upper hand with his ranged attack +1, but Zenio had already won the game by the time it finished. So maybe this time around, both players are still just trying to keep even, making sure that upper hand doesn't come into play. Looks like Ret got a little bit of a scouting Zergling in there before it was killed off by that Queen, but really nothing new to see in there. He probably did see this Roach Warren and Evolution Chamber, though. Looks like Zenio is trying for a little bit of a drone snipe here with some Speedlings, but Ret, of course, very aware of this visibility blocking brush, had some Roaches there to sort of repel that. And I'm just going to take Ret's vision. Actually, he did not see the Evolution Chamber. He only saw that Roach Warren with that little spy Ling. Let's look at Income tab right now. Check the worker counts here. 41 drones for Ret, 39 for Zenio, staying very, very close. Zenio has actually had the advantage in workers for the past 2 games. Ooh, Ret getting a lair and Roach speed. I like this. It means he's probably going to be creating quite a lot of Roaches. I don't know if Zenio actually went for that lair tech yet. No, it doesn't look like he has. He may need to invest in that soon to be able to keep up. Roach speed, of course, being one of the most vital upgrades that a Zerg has in his arsenal. Another being pathogen glands for infestors and ventral sacs and burrow. Even then, you don't see those quite a lot, but Roach speed is just really, really essential if you know it's going to be a low-tech game like this one. No Hydralisks, no Mutalisks, anything like that yet. Looks like both players are now focusing on their armies. Zenio cranking out a lot of Roaches and Lings right now. Probably won't be seeing any more Banelings throughout this entire game. We'll see, though. Lots of Roaches here. It looks like Ret and Zenio actually have the exact same number of Roaches. A couple of Banelings coming in there. I'm already eating my words. I did not expect to see any more Banelings. Those are probably left over from earlier. I'll just say they were. But Ret actually got the better arc there. Obviously because he had the Spinecrawler and Queen to help out, so he had a good concave there to chase off Zenio's forces. Now we're going to see some more Roach battles here. A very large number of Roaches against a very large number of Roaches. Ret actually has the dominant force at this moment. It looks like Zenio does have a concave this time around, but Ret has the very quick reinforcing. He's going to realize what he's doing is kind of bad with that positioning and back off a little bit. Now both players are getting pretty much even concave, attacking each other head on. Ret getting those reinforcements before Zenio can, so Zenio actually just created a bunch of Lings there to try and reinforce, but he's going to lose all these Roaches. Both players have their +1 ranged attacks, so these Roaches are dying quicker than they normally would. +2 missile attacks and ground carapace level 1 are coming in for Ret. He built a second Evo chamber and is actually doubling up on those upgrades. That could be really bad for Zenio if he doesn't keep up. Looks like Zenio was building a lair during that fight, though, so it's going to be completing right now. He's going to get ground carapace level 1 instead of range attacks level 2. He's getting a second evolution chamber on the ground now. He's got a lair finish, Zenio does, so we'll see what he chooses to build or upgrade with that new tech, and now he's getting Roach speed of his own. That may have made the difference there, actually. Ret already had his Roach speed, or at least completed during the fight, so that may have given him a slight advantage in that giant Roach-on-Roach battle. It definitely gave an advantage when Zenio started to flee. So Ret running up the middle now after dropping a hatchery at this high yield base. looks like he is going to be taking an economic lead here soon, as well as upgrades and unit count. He's at 111 army against 103 of Zenio. Not too big of a deal. Still going to come down to micro a bit, but these upgrades are going to make a big difference if these missile attacks finish before they collide. And it looks like Rhett is not going to stop building roaches anytime soon. He's got 7 more on the way. Zenio just constantly keeps poking in and out on these rocks, trying to get a gold base of his own. Rhett is just a few feet away, though. He wants to prevent that, or at least delay it as long as possible. Finally, those rocks do go down. Zenio's got a hatch drone ready to go to start morphing as soon as possible. So Rhett kept an eye on everything, wasn't able to stop that hatch from going down, though. He does have superior numbers, though. Roaches obviously are 2 supplies, so you can get that supply up very, very quickly if you're doing nothing but roaches. Hydralisk Den coming up for Zenio, and Pneumatized Carapace for the Overlords, and Missile Attacks level 2. He's got that second Evo chamber completed now, so both players keeping up on upgrades a little bit. +2 missile attacks are going to be finishing here for Rhett very soon, as well as +2 armor, so these upgrades are going to be very, very, very crucial here in this next major engagement. These roach numbers are starting to get out of control. Let's just check the unit tab real quick. Zenio is ahead on drones right now. I'm going to pause because that was the doorbell. Okay, back to the action. As I was saying, Rhett is just very slightly behind on the drone count, but he is way ahead on the roaches here. We see 9 more roaches in that units tab, so we'll switch back to production, make sure all these upgrades are going as planned. 4 Hydralisks being built finally for Zenio. This is the first unit beyond Roach, Baneling, Speedling that we've seen in this entire series. Some Hydralisks being made, as well as getting that range upgrade, of course. It's going to be very nice against this huge mass of roaches. I'm not sure if he's going to get enough Hydralisk for it to matter. We'll see how long Rhett waits before he attacks this gold base here. He is moving up the left side, but I believe Zenio is ready for it. He's got this Overlord in the middle, trying to keep an eye on everything. So here is the first major engagement. We've got 2-2 roaches against 1-1 roaches. This range attack is going to finish, but not until half of his army is already toasted. Rhett just mowing through these roaches. Look how fast they die. Those upgrades are so, so important, and now the roach count is just hugely in Rhett's favor. The 2-2 upgrades finish. Actually, only 2-1. He canceled his second armor upgrade. I'm not sure what happened there, but Zenio essentially loses his whole army. Rhett just had a massive, massive concave there at that gold base. The Hydralisks made essentially 0 difference, and Rhett just steamrolls Zenio's army and makes himself $200. So Rhett is going to take 3rd place in this Kaspersky StarCraft 2 New Year's Invitational. Zenio will take home 4th place. So good job to both players for making it that far. And now we'll take a look at the finals of the Kaspersky StarCraft 2 New Year's Invitational, and we'll be all done with that tournament. So thanks for watching with me up to this point, and we'll see what happens in the finals. See you guys soon.